Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Diddy Kong. Let's get started in the center of the page with the top edge of the muzzle. So we're going to move over to the left side. We're going to draw a curve that goes up in the middle and then back down on the right side. Now let's draw on the lower edge of the mouth. Starting from the left, we're going to draw a curve coming down and then in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now I want to curve up in the opposite direction. Starting on the left, we're just going to round this out, go up in the middle, and then back down on the right side. Now down in the center, we're going to draw on the lower lip. From the left, we're just going to draw a curve going across towards the right. Now let's add in the lower part of the jaw. Starting from the left side, we're going to draw a curve coming down, in towards the middle. I'm just going to pull that back up towards the right side. Up at the top, we're going to draw two curves for the nostrils. Starting on the left, we're going to hook this up and then down. We'll go in the opposite direction on the right side. Directly above the muzzle, we're going to draw in the eyes. So in the center, we'll step up, start with a center point. Now from this point, I'm going to curve up and out towards the left, round out the side of the eye, and then pull that in towards the top of the muzzle. Let's go back to the center and do the same thing on the right. Going up to the same height, rounding out the side of the eye and then pulling that in. On the inside, we're going to draw two small ovals for the pupil. Starting on the left, we'll start at the very top of the oval and back up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's add a little highlight along the top. So a small circle on the top of each pupil. Now we're going to fill the bottom area of the pupil in black. Now we're going to move up and draw on the bottom edge of the hat. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up, just touching the top of the eyes, and then back down on the right side. Now let's move the hat brim over towards the left. Starting from this point, I'm going to curve out and up towards the left, round up the edge of the hat brim, curve up, and then down towards the right. Now we're going to draw a half circle in behind the hat brim. Starting at the very top, we're going to curve up in the middle, round this out and pull this down towards the right side. Let's add in the side of the head. Starting from the bottom of the brim, we're going to curve out around the eye and then in behind the muzzle. Do the same thing in the opposite direction on the right side. Now we tuck the ears behind the side of the head. Starting on the left side here, we curve up, round this out, and then pull that in towards the corner of the mouth. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up and out, rounding it out, and then in towards the corner of the mouth. Let's add a little bit of detail to the ear. Starting at the top on the left, we're going to curve in, and then just blend in with the side of the head. Now we're going to draw a little overlap. From the top, we're going to step down and curve in the opposite direction, just hooking around. Now we're going to draw the arms hanging down in the front. So let's start with the inside edge of the upper arm. Starting on the left, we'll curve down and out towards the elbow. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's draw the inside of the forearm. Starting on the left, we're going to curve in and then down. Now let's draw on the outside of the arm. Starting from the bottom of the earlobe, we're going to curve out, and then we're going to pull that in towards the same height as the inside of the elbow. Do the same thing on the right, curving out, and then just pinching that in towards the elbow. Let's draw on the lower outside part of the forearm, curve out, and just pull that in. I'm going to draw a little bit of fur texture along the bottom of the wrist. So from the left side, we're going to angle up and in. On the inside, we'll go in the opposite direction. Now we're going to take these 2 points and come down to a center point, almost like drawing a V. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the hands and wrist underneath this fur. So on the left side, from this point, we're going to draw a straight angled line coming in and down. And then from this point, we'll draw the same thing. Let's take that and flip it over on the right side. Now back on the left side, we're going to draw on the fist. Starting from the bottom of the wrist, we're going to curve out, round out the knuckle, and then just pull that up. We're going to draw 3 more knuckles across, curving down and up. Draw this 2 more times. Now the last one, we're going to curve around, and we're just going to pull that up and then out. Let's tuck the thumb in behind. Starting from the wrist, we're gonna curve in and then down behind that finger. Now we take that and flip it over on the right side. We start with the inside of the thumb. Starting here, we're gonna curve in and then down. Now we're gonna draw that curve coming down towards the finger. Starting up here, we'll curve over that line, down and then up. We'll draw 3 more curves. Now the third curve, we're gonna go all the way around the side of the hand and in towards the wrist. Now I wanna fold the back of the cuff in behind the wrist. Starting from this point, we're just gonna angle up and in behind the wrist. Same thing on the inside. We'll do the same on the right. Now from the inside corner of the wrist, we're gonna step up and draw on the belly. Starting on the left, we'll curve down, and back up on the right side. We're gonna add the edge of the shirt. Starting from the inside of the elbow, we'll curve down, then back up on the right side. In the center, we're gonna draw a small oval for the belly button. On the sides of the belly, we're gonna draw 2 angled lines going in behind the arms for the inside of the leg. Now let's move back out and draw on the legs. We're gonna start with the knee. Starting from the elbow, we're gonna curve out, and then back in behind the arm. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're gonna move back down and draw on the feet. Let's start with the big toe. On the side of this hand, we're gonna curve down, round out the toe, and then hook that back in, leaving a little gap. We're gonna draw 3 more toes on the side. Starting from the top, it's almost like drawing a C. We'll get a little bit smaller as we go out towards the outside. Now in between the middle toes, we're gonna draw a curve going up and in behind the arm. Let's take that and flip it over on the right side. Lining up the bottom of the toe, curve this around and in, and draw 3 more toes, getting a little bit smaller as we go to the outside. Now in between here, we're gonna curve up, in behind the arm. Now let's add the back of the heel. Right at the end of this line, in behind the arm, we're gonna curve in, round it out, in behind the hand. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's add a couple stars inside the body. We're gonna start on the left side. We're gonna angle this one out. Starting from the top, we'll start with a point. Angle down and out on either side. Go straight out. Now we're gonna angle these back in and down. Now we're gonna come down with 2 more points. Now we're gonna pull this up towards the middle. Let's add 1 more star on the right side. Now we're gonna angle this one outwards. Starting from the top, start with a point. Angle down and out. Go out towards the sides. And pull those back in. Now we're gonna come down. Then again, we're gonna pull this up towards the center point. Now the last thing we're gonna do is add the tail over on the right side. We're gonna start just above the elbow, curve out, up towards the ear. Now at the very top, we're just gonna hook this back down. Let's round out the tip of the tail. Now we're just gonna follow this curve all the way back in, leaving an even space and gap in between these curves. Go all the way to the bottom. Now tuck that in behind the leg, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Diddy Kong. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.